camera basics in 60 seconds. To get the perfect exposure, we need to get this exposure meter lined up with 0. We can do this by changing 3 main settings. First off, we have the aperture, which is a hole in the lens of your camera. The lower the number of f-stops, the bigger the hole, the more bright the image is, and the background behind your subject will be blurrier. The higher the number of f-stops, the smaller the hole, the darker the image, and the more everything will be in focus. Next, we have the shutter speed. This sets how fast the sensor is exposed to light for. If you crank it down, the sensor will be exposed for longer, and the image will be brighter, also causing more motion blur. If you crank it up, the opposite happens. As a general rule, you want to keep this double your frame rate. ISO brightens the image digitally, but at the cost of grain in the image, so you want to keep this as low as possible. And last but not least is white balance. You can either use the presets or adjust it manually. You can crank this up, which will add a warm tint, or crank it down to add a bluish tint based on your lighting conditions. Subscribe for Cat!